Hello, goddesses and gurus. I have recorded this part of the video 3 times now, so hopefully it is the last time that we have to do this. Apparently, I need to call in my guides extra today and extra sage me. So let's go ahead and get started with that. Hello, goddesses, gurus, and the like. However you identify magically, you are more than welcome here. Let's go ahead and start by clearing our physical bodies, the air around us, within us, our technology, my cards, and call forth our intuition. Placing a hand on our hearts, let's go ahead and call in our higher selves by taking a few deep breaths. We ask that our higher selves be present with us today, that we can have open minds, that our vision, our hearing, our expressiveness can all be here today while using our intuition and interpreting the card, the Hanged Man. We are grateful for our guides and ask that they be with us to help us interpret these messages and help us to tap into our intuition. We ask that our divine magic flow through our bodies from head to toe, creating the vessel from heaven to earth, that we can bring our divine starlight here, now, and always. And so it is. Okay, it looks like we're still recording, so we're on the right track. It's funny, the things that you find you need by failing, right? Failing. Today we're talking about the Hanged Man. So this card looks very much like your typical Rider-Waite card. The Hanged Man will usually be on a T-shaped cross. Will typically be wearing red pants and a blue shirt, have their hands behind their back, and have, and have one leg bent behind one leg that is fixed to this T-shaped cross. The Hanged Man also has a halo around their head, and I want you to go ahead and use your intuition. I want you to set a timer. I recommend 20 minutes, but 3 to 5 will work just fine. And I want you to write down all the things that you know, feel, see, hear, and can express on the Hanged Man. What is the message for you today that the Hanged Man has for you? So go ahead and set that timer. I'll put the card here, and you can pause right here as you journal, and we'll come back and talk about it. Okay, hopefully you got some good intuitive hits on the Hanged Man. I'm going to talk about my intuition a little bit on this card. Whenever I see the Hanged Man, I think of, oh my goodness, what is his name? Hero from Big Hero 6. Baymax is in that movie. Because he, in the beginning of the movie, his brother, this is going to make me emotional. It's fine. His brother tells him, shake things up, get a new perspective, take a look at things differently, as he's upside down in his chair in his bedroom. So that is what first came to my mind with the Hanged Man being upside down, is getting a new perspective. I love using movies, especially children's movies, as an oracle, because they always have messages. They always have these wonderful hidden insights. And so that's what came to me on this card, is perspective. So let's go ahead and talk about the keywords. The first keyword is going to be new perspectives. So that's a good way to remember this card, by remembering Big Hero 6 and Hero's brother telling him to shake things up, get a new perspective. take a look at things differently. And so the other keywords with this card are going to be letting go, pausing, and surrendering. So, and that's in the upright position. In the reversed position, it's going to be delays, resistance, stalling, indecisions. You can't make a decision sometimes when you're in the upright position. You gotta shake things up and get a new perspective, right? So, let's talk about what the card looks like and what the symbols could represent. So, the halo, I want to talk about the halo. The halo around the head is going to symbolize new awareness, enlightenment. A lot of times you will see religious characters, one in particular, Jesus, who has a halo. I'm going to flip it this way so that you can see, who has a halo that's similar to this. And it is a symbol of enlightenment. A lot of people think that it actually looks like the underbelly of a mushroom, which people do use psychedelics to get new perspective. So halos can also show up to look that way as well, like kind of tying in a new way to look at things, visuals and visions. So that's the halo part of this card. The T-shaped cross is made of wood. So in this particular deck, it is a tree. Usually it's wood, and it does have foliage on it. And it's saying like you're in an environment where you are looking for new perspective. And it's serene. It's a very serene type feeling that you get from this tree. The foot is bent, but it is tucked behind his other leg. And then the arms being behind the back. It's kind of creating this triangle. You can see triangles in a couple different areas in this card, which would represent, your connections, your the perspective that you have as yourself, as someone else's perspective, and as the universe's perspective. So that's kind of what that symbolizes there. This card is a card of ultimate surrender. So the Hanged Man is not struggling. The Hanged Man is completely at ease and surrendering to this perspective. Like, I am in this position, I might as well gain knowledge, right? I might as well just take a look around and figure out what the hell's going on here and what can I gain from this experience? This uncomfortable, it might be an uncomfortable position, but what can I gain from it? So those are some of the associations there. Let's go ahead and talk about the zodiac elements and planets. So the Hanged Man, the zodiac associated with it is going to be Pisces. Pisces element, so this card's element is going to be water, ruled by the planet Neptune. So let's talk a little bit about all of those. The Pisces superpower is to tap into the subconscious. So relating to this card is kind of talking about letting go of the material viewpoints that we have, the uncomfortable physical situations that we're in, and tapping into the deeper meaning of what's happening to us. So that's kind of how it relates to Pisces. Is Pisces are really all about the subconscious and being oracles. Like every Pisces that I've ever known has interpreted the world in a way that makes sense to them. And it's always this intuitive and subconscious energy that they have. And it's ruled by Neptune, which Neptune is all about illusion and interpretation. This card actually, so when I said the halo thing and I mentioned Jesus, that's actually a true thing. When I was doing research on this card, the hanged man directly is associated with Jesus and Buddha and ascended masters, because they have this enlightenment, this sense of like they are in the material world, but they can tap into the deeper meaning and find new perspective in a spiritual sense. So that is, I feel like this card is complete. I know that we didn't talk about the reversals a whole lot, but the reversals were basically your resistance to that enlightenment. So the struggle, right? You can almost interpret this directly the opposite. So if you're getting the Hanged Man in reverse, it's asking you to let go and to find new perspective, to just give in and listen to your subconscious, listen to what messages are being presented to you, and to relax into it, right? To relax into the messages that are here today for you. So I would love to hear everything that you have learned about the Hanged Man today, how it shows up for you. Leave in the comments what you felt, heard, saw, can express, and know about this card. Thank you so much. I love you. You are kind, you are smart, you are important. Be a good friend and have a good day. Mwah.